Hey, what's up folks? How's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. And today we're going to be talking about speeding up your old PC or laptop. Now, for the longest time, probably the best thing that you could do from a cost and performance standpoint was to upgrade the old mechanical storage hard drives to a solid state SATA drive. But nowadays, with the availability of high density and high performance 3D NAND flash M.2 drives, you can now upgrade your old solid state SATA drives to get you even faster performance. Specifically today, we're going to be taking a look at the 1TB WD Blue SN550 NVMe solid state drive from Western Digital. Now, the Blue SN550 lineup of M.2 drives probably offers some of the best price to performance ratios you can get on any NVMe high performance M.2 drive. You have 4 different capacities to choose from, ranging from 250, 500 gigabytes, as well as 1 and 2 terabyte options. With the 2 terabyte capacity, you get up to 2600 megabytes a second in terms of sequential read performance. And on the 1 terabyte SSD drive that we have over here, you have a sequential read performance of up to 2400 megabytes a second. That makes it up to 4 times the speed of most of your high performance solid state SATA drives out there. On top of that, Western Digital has designed firmware and a memory controller optimized for both reliability and long-term performance. And with an M.2 2280 PCI Express Gen 3 at 4X form factor, you're getting a high level of performance with minimal power draw, making it perfect for upgrading your older laptop or compact desktop PC. Pretty much anything that utilizes an M.2 connection, which has been fairly ubiquitous for the past couple of years on most motherboards. And if you don't have an M.2 connection available, you can always adapt this M.2 drive into a PCI Express adapter and utilize a free PCI Express slot that's available on pretty much most motherboards. Now, in order to test the performance of the WD SN550 drive, I hooked it up to an older PC running a Ryzen 7 1800X processor with an Asus X570 motherboard. We have a couple of different solid-state SATA drives inside, as well as a couple of mechanical hard drives, so we can do kind of a sequential read and write performance comparison between all 3 storage options. Now, based on our results using Crystal Diskmark, we got a sequential read and write performance on the 8Q's 1 thread setting of over 2400 megabytes a second in terms of read, and just under 2000 megabytes a second in terms of write on the WD SN550 1 terabyte drive. Now, on our SATA-based SSD drive, we got read and write performance of about 400 and 221 megabytes a second respectively, and on our 8 terabyte mechanical hard drive, we got a snail's pace of about 154 and 139 megabytes a second in terms of read and write speeds respectively. Now, on top of that, being a content creator myself, one of the biggest things I do on a consistent basis is transfer large files back and forth. And one of the huge benefits of having a fast SSD drive, like what we have with the SN550, is that you can make that process a lot more painless and save a lot more time in terms of your workflow. For example, I'm going to transfer some video files with a capacity of 13.4 gigabytes to my WD Blue SN550 drive, and it only takes about 12 seconds to complete that transfer. Now, on the SATA SSD drive, it took about 39 seconds, and on our 7200 RPM mechanical hard drive, it took about 1 minute 17 seconds. That's pretty much an eternity compared to the WD's 12 seconds. And really, the key thing to understand is no matter what kind of application you're going to be using for these drives, whether that's more creative endeavors like myself with content creation, transferring large video files back and forth, or perhaps you're a designer, engineer working with large CAD files or design projects, the benefits of using an SSD drive like this are numerous, especially when it comes to time efficiency and streamlining your overall workflow. Furthermore, from a value perspective, this 1 terabyte drive is retailing for under $100, and for that price, you're going to see probably the biggest benefit from a day-to-day use standpoint compared to a more expensive and more complicated upgrades, such as upgrading your motherboard or your processor, graphics card, RAM, etc. Now, this drive is certainly going to be a permanent upgrade for this older PC, and it's going to bring some new life into the performance, and I'm really excited to do some more work on it. And I definitely want to thank Western Digital for sponsoring this content, supplying this drive to test out in the first place, and I want to thank you guys even more for supporting us. Make sure you have post notifications turned on if you haven't done so already, subscribed, and like the video. If you want more details about this drive and more stuff we talked about in this video, check the description down below for more details. In the meantime, take care, and thanks for watching.